Today, we're not just here to play lacrosse. We're also here to make a difference in our community. We're raising money to fight against cancer and neurodegenerative diseases, and all proceeds will go to support research and education at the Van Andel Institute's Purple community. We want to help to make a positive impact this spring, and with your support, we know we can make a real difference. On the sidewalk, you'll see a table set up where you can make a donation directly to the Purple community or buy one of our K Athletic t-shirts. Every purchase and every donation, big or small, goes a long way in helping those who need it most. Thank you for being here and for supporting this important cause. Let's come together today to compete on the field and also to compete against cancer in our community. Enjoy the game. Kalamazoo College, the MIAA, and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation in supporting the student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at athletics, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated in our grounds from removal. Now for the starting lineup for today's match. First, for the visitors from Calvin University. Number 2, Audrey Boer. Number 3, Ellie Dendolk. Number 5, Jessica Eigenberg. Number 6, Megan Chang. Number 7, Julia Ellsworth. Number 8, JC Smith. Number 12, Alex Petrusha. Number 17, Natalie Scott. Number 18, Molly Williams. Number 20, Morgan Bethard. Number 22, Lillian Morey. And number 23, Hannah Rizzo. Now for the Hornets. Number 2, Jordan Flink. Number 6, Julia Kozel. Number 8, Sophie Hartle. Number 10, Ella Spooner. Number 13, Tessa Fuller. Number 17, Grace Barber. Number 18, Jordan Doyle. Number 19, Kennedy Hind. Number 21, Natalie Mackey. Number 22, Morgan Vasquez. Number 24, Ansley Ware. And number 27, Mackenzie Newhall. At this time, please stand for the national anthem.
Welcome, everybody, and thanks so much for tuning in today. You're looking live at Mackenzie Field at Kalamazoo College. Tanner White alongside Maya Pasillas for Kalamazoo Women's Lacrosse. Maya, how's the spring treating you?
Oh, great. I mean, what a term. I'm already feeling great. The energy's great. I mean, definitely a switch up from winter, so really excited to see this women's lacrosse team play out and show out today.
You picked a fantastic one. You, Maya, but of course all of our viewers at home as well. The Purple Power game for Kalamazoo. They're compete for the cause for the spring. Look at the purple unis. I mean, in traditionally, too, the athletes allowed to take these and keep them. They've got the name on the back, everybody does, of who they're playing for. It's Cancer and Neurodegenerative Disease Research with the Van Andel Institute. Chills. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, just a great cause and just everything. I really like the idea of a Purple Power game. And I mean, look at all the supporters out here today and everybody tuning in. So just great cause to be joining in for.
It is. If you're like us, you're also going to be a bit of a degenerate. You're going to have tons and tons of tabs open because baseball over at Davenport, they're playing Calvin. Men's Lax, that's also starting right about now. They're over in Albion. Our game here, I mean, the stats, all the different streams, my head spinning every which way. Look, Maya, the two players out on the Hornet right now, that's what I got to center in on eventually.
Focus in, dial in, but you should have at least 3 tabs open for that.
Yeah, absolutely should. And speaking of that Hornet logo, it's going to be 22 Morgan Vasquez, the freshman attacker / midfielder, as well as 22 Lillian Maury, a freshman midfielder for the Knights of Calvin. Hadn't even gotten there, but yes, the Calvin Knights are in town. I apologize. The Hornets and the Calvin Knights ready to get it cracking. 12:58 p.m. Ooh, rah.
Yeah, I don't hold it past you. There's so much going on.
First violation on the opening draw, so this will be a control for the Knights. 90 seconds on that clock, 15 minutes rather for quarter number 1. Jordan Flink and Hannah Rizzo, your goalkeepers. Flink, probably the most seasoned keeper in the history of Kalamazoo. And on the other side, Hannah Rizzo, as a sophomore, numbers pretty good and has played every single minute in goal. First shot, down low, stick side, scored. Ooh, Morgan Bethard.
Ooh, yeah, I think Flink right there, kind of going to kick herself right there a little bit. Kind of seen her bring her stick just a little slow down, but hey, overall, we're just opening up. We can forget it, move past it, and look on to scoring to the next one.
Again, Bethard beating Flink down low, stick side, her first shot. That's going to be goal 19 on the season. Calvin's led in scoring by Audrey Boer, their junior. Boer with 29 entering play today, and that's in only 9 matches with 7 starts. You're talking over 3 goals a game. Go back to draw. That is officially 30 seconds in from Morgan Bethard for the first score for Calvin. Draw up for grabs. Now the win to the Nets. 19, Kennedy Hind. Hornets trotted out a lineup like this. We mentioned Jordan Flink, the senior keeper. You know all about her. Julia Kozel, Sophie Hartle, Ella Spooner, Tessa Fuller, Grace Barber, Jordan Doyle, Kennedy Hind, Nat Mackey, Morgan Vasquez, Ansley Ware, and Mackenzie Newhall, if you're keeping track at home. They did turn this over in the attacking end. First clear attempt coming for Calvin.
Yeah, had a little bit of control trouble there, the Zoo, just not able to really keep it in the stick there.
After the slow carry up from 17, Natalie Scott, the junior D-pole for the Knights, they'll get to set up from the half field. Quick dip and rip, save, Flink.
Ooh, yep, Flink. After that first one, it looks like she's all settled in now.
Low 3/4 angle. There was some sauce on it, but Flink stick side is good. And a turnover before they could clear. Delaney Johnson, freshman attacker for the Knights, picks it up. Now do we get a cause turnover right back from Ansley Ware? Oh, yes. As Ware knocked that loose, she's the leader in the clubhouse with Kalamazoo. 23 cause turnovers coming in.
Yeah, and that turnover, that's what happens when you don't give up, right? It's like immediate effort, immediate pressure that she pressed there, and there you go. They caused that turnover.
Clears Haven't been so clear yet so far, but this was carried across by Julia Kozel for the Nets. It's a 2-8 team coming in for Kalamazoo. Let me tell you, Maya, you can utterly throw out the records and the numbers today. It's the crowd, it's the weather, it's the special unis, it's the enormity of the day. You hear me?
Yeah, I 100% hear you. And I think that's why Kalamazoo's going to start playing like it.
Spooner, kaboom!
That is what I am talking about. You said it was the day. Wow. What a shot. And we're all tied up, aren't we?
Ella Spooner down low, doesn't have to be complicated. That score 24 on the year, it inches Spooner closer and closer to all of those many superlatives, those many records that are still going to be within reach for her by the time that she's ready to hang it up.
Yeah. And I want to mention, you know, I was going to say, like, it's going to be up to the movement and how well they can move around this field. But honestly, that one right there didn't take many passes, did it?
Not at all. That is goal, again, if you're keeping track at home, 137 for Ella Spooner in, you know, less than 3 seasons, really more like 2.5. Special. Back to draw, and a clean win this time for the Nets. Again, Kennedy Hines. 1-1. Ella Spooner unassisted, 12-18, first quarter. Nets handling here with Vasquez. On-ball defense is good. Doyle's posted up, spiked it.
Yeah, that was good placement there. And if you've seen, they kind of set it up so they had that middle channel open, and Doyle had all the space there, just kind of spiked it into the ground.
It's good hustle, though, from Nat Mackey. She wins possession back. A dip, a rip, a score! Tessa Fuller.
Ooh, she made it look easy, really.
One juke, and it opens straight up. That's Fuller at 11:39 of the first quarter. Nets first lead.
Yeah, did you see the swivel of the stick there right before the shot off? That was nice. Maybe try to make the goalie unbalanced there.
So your 2 leading scorers coming in, your first 2 goals for the match too. This bodes well. That's number 22 on the year for Fuller. Already the Kalamazoo career leader in assists, you might have heard, as a sophomore. That's cartoonish.
That's
and
crazy.
That record might be put out of reach forever by the time she's done here. Also gets herself a goal on the sheet. Yes, she's been known to do that as well. Now a first win for Megan Chang. Chang, the senior midi, boasts quite a career resume herself with the Knights. 2-1, Ella Spooner, the go-ahead goal.
Yeah, and I was just going to mention, you can see kind of how the Knights are really good at just about shuffling around the field, around the arch, and really just trying to find an open channel.
Shot bounced from Boer. Gonna stay back down there, only about 20 seconds ran off the shot clock. Corinne Plum right now, good on-ball defense from Sophie Hartle. And turnover. Wind it, and here come the Nets to clear. Again, a 2-8 record coming in for Kalamazoo. It doesn't tell the whole story. You've got a new head coach in here, Grayson Ringlever, who there were tons and tons of question marks. You add Abby Kaza back into the mix after having taken last season off. The same thing with another Hornets attacker in Sydney Mazensky. That exact same thing, who had taken a season off last year. And tons and tons of new faces, tons of freshmen. Well, in the first several matches, it seemed like, oh, maybe this isn't going our way. Yet, again, this is the conference season. This is the one that matters, and they always say it's a brand new season.
100%, and you can definitely feel it today. I feel kind of just a difference in energy, right? And you mentioned how you got to give them a bit of grace, right? A lot of new things going on within the Kalamazoo team.
Oh, a wide open post up. Hartle scores.
Well, that's not new.
I mean, if it doesn't have to be complicated, just sit there, get big, throw your stick up, and dunk it.
that almost seemed like a soccer type of assist there, right? Kind of like a crossover and then just deflected it right back in. It was like a catch and shoot, really.
That's Hartle from Jordan Doyle. Hartle, score number 6 on the year. Go back to draw. Nets 3-1. And the frustration was mostly taken out from the early part of the year. The last match out for Kalamazoo, 19-9 over Alma. That was a number, such a shot in the arm, truly. The goal scoring just hadn't been where they wanted. They came in with 10.3 goals a game, you know, not an elite number for them. And then a 19-piece at home.
That's crazy.
Conference opener. Yeah, you want to talk about something that you needed.
Yeah, definitely picked up the attitude, and you can feel it again here today, moving like crazy, and a good turnover there.
Oh, a mauling. Mackenzie Newhall couldn't pick up the ground ball, but, well, the physical nature of certain teams in Kalamazoo. How many times I got to say that? Some games are won in the off season. Before you're ever out here on this field, some games are just decided already. It's the attitude, yes, but it's the physical preparation more than anything. Pass a little bit too high, and an interception. Kennedy Hind. Hind, good pass up to clear too. Nets now slow it down. Ooh, that's poked with some 6-on-6 crime. Chang knocked it loose at first. Now picked back up by Julia Kozel. And now Vasquez back behind goal. Doyle from the X spot. You got a cut for Spooner. Doyle faking a pass. Halfway through the shot clock. A little miscommunication, but you still got to sprint. Will the keeper get there? Gosh, with the knee brace and all, you almost had the keeper Rizzo make that whole foot race. That was impressive.
Yeah, that was really impressive. But just want to point out, like, just the transition there by Kalamazoo was really well timed. The passes to move up the field to Calvin's side was great. And it started just from really what started to be a good possession by Calvin, right? And just messed up by that fluke of a pass.
Ooh, did Vasquez get a little bit, or Ware rather, get a little bit overextended? She's able to settle it back down, and there was no shot put up there by J.C. Smith. Now Chang. And they'll go behind goal. Little bit high, a bobble, now a control from Kozel. Still looking for an option to clear it. She's going to hit Mackey right on that Hornet logo, and the clear is good. Nat Mackey.
Ooh, just beating out everyone.
And shot wide, Vasquez. Now, did Fuller get there in time? I think she did. Yep, ball is going to stay with the Nets.
Yeah, and I think on that possession, you really just got to look on Mackey, right? Just beating out almost 5 of the Calvin players there. Just straight up the midfield.
It's an extra gear. Some players kind of just have it. Vasquez, low angle, save, Rizzo. And what a fantastic hit ahead, too. Rizzo sent it. And the clear's good. Knights have some numbers. A deke, down low, stuff, Flink. Six minutes, 15 seconds here of the first quarter. Hartle getting pestered big time. Finally lost it at the end. Let's see if she can fight for it back. Ground ball is up there. Whistle. And it'll stay with Kalamazoo. 72 on the clock. Plenty of time. 3-1 their lead here for the first quarter. You got Sophie Hartle, Tessa Fuller, and Ella Spooner, your 3-goal scorers. Again, a formula that works. We've seen ample evidence of that with those 3 and a couple of other Kalamazoo attackers that just, you can win with that.
Yeah, and you almost feel if those 3 are feeling good, then the whole team's feeling good.
Fuller through a pack. She's going to need to give it off. Hartle checked. It's loose. Fuller got it right back. Fuller drifting right. Couple of dekes with the stick. She's going to draw a double. Now out for Spooner. Boy, talk about drawing doubles. Might be in order. Spoonery! Oh, what do we got? Are they waving that off? It's close. I think it's going to stand. One of those that just trickled onto the goal line because Rizzo got a piece.
Yeah, definitely got a piece, but it looks like it snuck in just behind her.
And Spooner passed the stick check too. Now, do you have the auto timeout? I think so. That may have been a good choice.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, Ella Spooner, as she nets one, it's 4-1 Hornets. They'll take a brief break, and we'll be back with you out of the timeout. And coming back out of the timeouts. All nets, almost 10 minutes in. 4-1, Ella Spooner with a couple. She's now got 25 scores on the year. And again, your other two scorers, you've got Sophie Hartle and Tessa Fuller. If you recall, Calvin did score first in this game. That was Morgan Bethard. Didn't last long, and now 4 unanswered.
Yeah, I definitely have what I like to call short-term memory, right? When you choose to forget those small mistakes or anything that happens too early in the game.
Yeah, had some early movements from Maury, and the ball goes over to the nets. Under 5 minutes here for the first quarter. A good one it's been. Again, Kalamazoo came in at 10.3 goals a game, a number that they weren't thrilled about, and they had to been looking at this roster on paper, saying, we have gobs of talent, oodles of talent. Now, just put it all together, right? And then it's all forgiven, whatever happened in the early part of the season. They're a good chunk of the way there with putting the hurt on Alma and the way they've started this one. Fuller, a dip and rip. That ball had eyes. Ooh. Scores.
Oh my God, it's almost like that ball wanted to be in the net. Just found its way in.
And Rizzo continues to get a piece too. So you start to think, is that the way that the head of her goal stick is? Is it just, are these scalded shots?
That's what I was gonna say. It has to be the pace and the spin on these shots that are really just helping out the zoo, right?
Oh boy, Tessa Fuller and Ella Spooner, 2 apiece in this run. It's 5 unanswered. And you go back to draw. Calvin's thinking, please, can we take a breath here? We just had the timeout, and now we're getting blitzed again.
Yeah, definitely not what you wanted to happen outside of the timeout immediately right after.
Mackey had a chance, now finally controlled by Grace Barber.
Yeah, doing good to evade the checks there.
Barber, a freshman D-pole, started every match so far. Little shove think that was on Fuller. And now Hornets whistled for a hold. Chang was about to take it in. Did she move a little bit early, though? Nonetheless, Calvin working it in. 5-1, they trail, though. And 5 unanswered goals. They haven't put up a shot in but 8-9 minutes. And you speak it, and there it comes. That is saved. Oh, yard sale. That's popping out, but did the contact get whistled first? Yeah, it looks like Spooner is coming off. Check the penalty in a moment, but Spooner should be taking the knee. I say taking the knee, and they've got chairs over there. I don't know if that sits right with it. Call me a purist. I don't know if that sits right with me, because in the men's game, you're definitely taking the physical knee.
For sure, and I just, you know what, just call it innovation.
Okay, maybe it is, and maybe then the men's game will go to that as well, just to take care of their athletes.
Exactly, you know, just I call it care.
Okay. Now, if you've got some of the 5-minute major types, I don't know if you get a chair for those.
Oh, yeah, no.
Or the red cards, that's tough to sell. This is loose near the goal mouth, now picked up by 19, Riley Cornwell. Calvin still. Ooh, was just about to say on the scoreless drought, shouldn't have said anything. So it's this time not stick side, but it is down low.
Yeah, but did you see seen the wind up on that? She flicked back and then forward, a bunch of pace on that one.
Delaney Johnson nets this one at the 2:54 mark. For Johnson, that's going to be score number 17 on the year.
Well, it's good that the Nets got hot early, right? It's almost like those extra goals are a bit of cushion right now. And now they're able to respond, right, without having too much of, like, maybe a fear factor or nervousness or being like, we have to come back. Right now, they kind of have a little bit of calmness that they can use to their advantage.
Sure, it was a buffer and a 5-1 first quarter. Yeah, it has a little bit better sound, but 5-2, still pretty fantastic, all things considered. And Calvin, 7-3 coming in here. They also won their first, as what a one-handed snag for the draw control. Kennedy Hind is putting on a show with just the draws.
She extended fully for that one.
Nets did turn it over in the offensive half. Nonetheless, they can't be too upset about the draws so far. I mean, if you're controlling just about all of those, well, good things tend to happen. Vasquez almost got a poke from behind, no luck. Still 5-2, Hornets lead. They haven't trailed since it was 1-0. The whistle here. The last green card was on Spooner, as we said. She was the one that took the knee. Or took the seat.
The seat.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right coming out, but that is the reality that we're faced with. Have another brief whistle here, 2:09, and a little conference. Well, gives us time to talk about the numbers.
True.
A 5-goal quarter, and with 2:09 in, you know, you got some time to still get another couple of offensive attacks. Boy, that is a far cry from about the 10 goals a game pace.
Oh, yeah, I was just about to say they're definitely not playing like they had a 10-goal pace, right? And it kind of looks like really they came in confident, you know? Kind of knew what they were doing, and that's good. It's exactly like you said. It's kind of like they had a fresh start with conference play.
Yeah, I mean, you feel like you can do no wrong, kind of, opening up that proverbial can on Alma. This is a ground ball pickup from Mackey. See if Mackey just wants to blow by right here. She'll wait for help. Got Doyle out to her right.
We see that so often from Mackey, right? It might just come with the experience and just her elite ball knowledge, just knowing where everyone's at on the field, being able to see players when really she's not looking. It's almost like she has eyes behind the back of her head.
It is the 4-year starters experience. You can't fake that. You can't buy it. It's got to be earned. Hind out for Spooner. And is Spooner going to get the free position try? It was close. Yes. Spooner, free position. She'll dump it off. That was indirect. Fuller scored.
Wow.
You like a first quarter hat trick?
Oh, I love a first quarter hat trick. How many times have we heard that celebration song?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Tessa Fuller from Ella Spooner. Again, it was off of the indirect, and it's all nets everything right now. 6-2, still 1:07 in the first quarter.
Yeah, and that one, it comes down to practice, right? I mean, I'm sure they've went over that multiple times in practice. It was just so clean. It was a 1-2 and in.
It should be noted, too, that last score from Delaney Johnson, Calvin was a woman up at the time as Spooner had that green card. I mean, so if you wiped that one away, you're talking 5-goal lead here, first quarter. Hind had to take a stab at it again, overplayed it maybe just a little bit. Now scooped up Megan Chang. Chang with the draw control. You now got under 1 minute for the first quarter. 6-2 Kalamazoo. How do you play this with 45 seconds? Are you thinking shoot early and often, and you could maybe get 2 for 1?
Well, it looks like that's what they're thinking. I think right now they can get another shot off here if Kalamazoo can't regain possession.
That first shot was Delaney Johnson, spiked out wide. Under 30 seconds now. Had a front door cut from Corinne Plum. Clock winding a little bit. Short time now you'll probably start hearing as it's under 15. Turn, burn, score! That's Johnson with the back-to-backs.
And if you're Calvin, that's exactly what you want, ending the quarter.
That is exactly what I'm thinking.
Calvin
I
goal,
thought
number 9,
if you
Delaney
go
Johnson.
quick but not too fast, you could still get this final draw, have some degree of time to put up one more shot if you're able to win it cleanly and start an attack. It's close to best case scenario at this point because you've already given up the 6 goals for the quarter. That you know isn't good. That's not sustainable. But this now just a 3-goal game, that looms large.
Exactly. If you're able to cut down the lead in half, I mean, that's monstrous for Calvin.
Delaney Johnson now with 18 scores on the season. And they might have a few seconds if it were clean, but Mackey with the draw control should be able to just hold it herself and escape quarter number 1. Still, let's not take away. First quarter hat trick for Tessa Fuller, a couple more for Spooner, and the final goal for Sophie Hartle. So let's take a look through all of the stats from the first quarter, Maya. What jumps out?
Oh, I mean, is it too obvious to say the goals? 6 goals in, is that too obvious? I just feel like that right there. I mean, those 6 goals just go to show, right, that right now Kalamazoo is playing very comfortably, very confidently, right? You got Spooner really locked in. I mean, everybody, Fuller, right? Everybody is just in it right now and in it to win it, as I like to say, and everybody just moving like a well-oiled machine, right? And Calvin kind of got back into it towards the end there, and you can kind of see they were able to cut down that lead in half. But overall, I think what really jumps out to me is that 6 goals scored by the Hornets, something completely different from the beginning of the season.
I would have loved to say it better myself. You got it, Maya. Jordan Flink as well. You got 50% saved for her in the quarter, had the 3 saves too. That's big. The numbers for Flink had not been where she wanted. Again, still probably the most experienced and the most influential keeper here in Kalamazoo, has been a part of almost all of the biggest matches that this program's ever seen. It was maybe the team of destiny last season. They went 10-4. They ended up taking the first round exit in the tournament here versus Trine 15-11. That was Zach Metz and Dawson Skupin on that game. And yet, why not this team to get back to that tournament, to make noise? Why not, you know, there's so much to like about this quarter and that whole last match if you can turn it into a completely different season for the conference slate.
100%, exactly as you said it. I think right now that's exactly what we're seeing. We're seeing the Hornets just do a complete turnaround. It's like an unsuspecting challenge for all the other teams in the MIAA, right? Really just thinking that Kalamazoo, hey, you know what? This year maybe they're a sleeper. And then look at them now, right? Completely changed for MIAA playing. And they're playing like, I mean, they've had a winning season. They're playing like they've been playing forever, and that's exactly what you love to see. I love to see the cleaners. Now, one thing I will say is that I would love to see maybe even both teams, but Calvin has definitely been doing it way more. It's just utilizing that X zone a little bit more and setting up plays from there. I really think the Hornets can benefit from that. However, I will say that most of their shots that have become scored and are on that 6 goal on that scoreboard right there have been like 1-2 connections, right? It hasn't really been built up from the back and all that. It's kind of been like, hey, like a catch and shoot almost, and that's okay. So I kind of feel like, hey, if it's not broke, don't change it, but I would like to see them utilize that X and maybe create some more opportunities for themselves.
Yeah, well, we're going to find out real soon because we got 15 more minutes up there for quarter number 2. If I can sneak it in real quick, I just want to point out it is really surprising to see Rizzo with only the 1 save. She had gotten a piece, like we mentioned, of 2 or 3 of these goals where it looks like almost certainly that thing is going to be saved, and then it's just got eyes. Hind, again, draw, controlled, DC. Circle those 2 big letters. Nets on attack for the first possession here of the second quarter with the 6-3 lead. The purple power game, their compete for a cause. Yeah, it is a special day. And we thank all of you again for joining us, Tanner White and Maya Pasillas with Hornet Women's Lax. Doyle getting checked a little bit by Chang. And it's going to be team turnover, or excuse me, Fuller, I believe, behind goal. Clear attempt coming. Good couple of pokes, making Calvin think about this and making them have a plan. You see? Pressure, and there goes the pipes. Fuller scoops it up. Nets still with some numbers. Now they'll have to slow it down, play in the half field. And you haven't seen, interestingly enough, a lot of transition opportunities yet for either side, really.
Yeah, true, very true. And I think, again, that's just, it's kind of just the nature of the game today, right? It's given a lot of catch and shoot, even trying to do it there.
Yeah, Vasquez would have been in a really good position to rip that.
Oh, such a good one. Open channel.
I think you've got free position coming up to Vasquez. That's what it looked like to me. That's exactly what we got. Morgan, Vasquez, free position. Vasquez, great patience, and pulled it.
Ooh, and that was a great pace on that, right? It's a little bit off.
She had the best percentage coming in of those qualified with 5 of 7 from the free position this year. Well, all it means, you got to get back there. Just get it the next time. Knights coming the other way, a little bit long. They wanted to hit the pass into J.C. Smith, who probably had a little wrinkle. They're going to go with Hartle to try and clear. Had a little bit of a bump. Let's see who did they get. Boer? They did. Boer's coming off. Green card.
You know what? To Calvin's side here, I didn't see a lot of contact there, but hey. Playing a player down, you gotta respond now.
I think we probably saw Spooner when she was whistled with a little bit more, you know. Well, now you've just got to use it to get a goal. Nets with the woman up situation for the first time. Vasquez for Fuller, already with a hat trick. Fuller going to draw the triple team. Got a great cut, and it's a little bit high. You had Abby Kaza, who was the one trying to chase it down. I don't know that she got there in time. Although, Now are we getting the possession flipped? I think we are. You still got shot clock running, however, which I don't think we necessarily should have had if they're giving Kalamazoo the ball back. Now it's reset to 90. That sounds much more right to me. They never ask me. I don't know what that's about. They should give us radios and allow us to chirp while we're doing the broadcast. Don't you think?
Yeah, if you ever hear Tanner go quiet, that's probably what he's doing.
All right. This is kind of in no man's land. Let's see if somebody from the Nets can scoop it back up.
They're still trying.
Yeah, Chang's now probably got the best chance. She's got a long run, too, though. Chang poked at it. I think she may have just stepped on the sideline.
Yeah, it's going back to the Hornets now.
Well, it becomes a really, really long possession.
Hornets playing a little bit slower than I would expect, especially when they were a man up.
Yeah, that's now released. So they will go 0 for 1 woman up here. Hind out wide to Hartle. Now for Vasquez. Hartle, great screen. Vasquez threw everybody, lost it. And Chang scooped it up clean, now gonna hit the gas.
Yeah, really trying to make some damage here in transition. Still taking it all the way up.
Chang, great dump off late. What a turn! Disgusting. Delaney Johnson, knock it off.
Where did she even come from? That was,
Johnson.
not only did she have that amazing turn, but from where? That was an amazing connection there by Calvin.
That was the highest level offensive possession we've seen today, and I've seen in a
100%.
while. Yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
That is, Chang scoops this thing up, you know, back near the white line, right? Practically near the goal mouth. All the way down, somehow, with the 360 vision, finds Johnson. She turns and just chucks this thing blind on perfect target, over the shoulder, stick side. What?
Yeah, and Johnson just able to know where the net was the whole time. Talk about a goal.
Yeah, that was earned. Delaney Johnson, she's got herself a hat trick and 19 scores on the year. On the draw control to Chang, scooped it up. And Chang might blow by a double here. Now eventually going to need some help. Okay, maybe 3 and 4, a quadruple team. That might be the one way to slow it down.
And I don't think the Hornets are going to let Chang just continue to run like that now after just seeing what she did there.
Smith spiked it. It will stay down there. Shot clock at about 55 or so as they bring it in. And clock running towards 10 minutes. 2-goal game now, 6-4 Kalamazoo. Well, you thought anything was going to be easy today, Maya. You are watching the wrong game entirely.
Oh, yeah, I feel it now.
Johnson got it back. That's a little bit wide.
That one was a scary shot. I thought it was going to be able to sneak in.
Clock a little bit lower now, 25 seconds. They've been getting lots of looks. That's a save from Flink.
Oh, that one was clean by Flink. Tell you what, when your goalie makes a save like that, you got to help her out and get one in the net on the opposite side.
Yeah, it'd be only right. Marin Miroslavich put it on the deck for Kalamazoo. Delaney Johnson is on her takeover right now. Again, you're going to see her get mugged by a triple team too, and just picks it right back up. And what do they say? If you don't know, now you know.
Oh, yeah.
Because you would think, okay, it's Chang, it's Audrey Boer, it's J.C. Smith. That is the 3 top attackers, the 3 top goal scorers, and all of that. And now Johnson doing a number. You had a cut flash that was Corinne Plum. Little poke, loose for a moment. Chang back on it. Halfway through the clock. Johnson whacked. Mackey. Ooh, I thought she had it clean. Oh, yeah, she did. Now you got team turnover as well.
Okay, if I'm the Hornets right now, I would focus on getting one in the net, right? And then if worst comes to worst, I think you take a timeout before the Calvin maybe tries to even it out the scoreboard now, you know? If they can get one more in, I think they take a timeout and they try to talk it out, maybe break Calvin's momentum, right? And then continue to push forward.
Yeah, you know something? I don't mind that. It had flipped a little bit, and at a 6-4 goal game here, that certainly makes sense. Plus, they always say you can't take them home with you. You want to go into the lead with, or you want to go into the half rather with the biggest lead you can.
Exactly, and I just think that it looks like Calvin right now is picking a little bit of momentum up, and I think if you want to break that, you kind of use the timeout to do so.
That was another really good pass to clear. The keeper here, Rizzo, again, the numbers in the pure goalkeeping won't leap out at you yet because she's made some of those not quite stops where she got part of it. And if you add those up, you'd say, okay, well, then the numbers would look a fair amount better. But on the clears, great job so far. Halfway through the clock. And that feed wanted to go to Boer. The Nets got a little piece, and Flink got the ground ball. It's a little bit of a dangerous pass. It was collected by Hind. Now there might be a little wrinkle for Mackey. And Nets will slow it down. Under 6.5 minutes to play until the half. 6-4 Kalamazoo here at home. The Purple Power Game, playing for the Van Andel Institute and Cancer and Neurodegenerative Disease Research. What a fantastic cause. What fantastic uniforms. We're going to continue to hit on it because you just have to.
You really do. I mean, just look, purple around the field. I mean, that's a nice jersey to get.
It's a pretty incredible souvenir, isn't it? 5:55 now remaining in the first half. Kaza got poked, and you got a flag out. They're going to send off 24 Margie Bolema.
Yeah, and it looked like the crowd liked that call as well.
Kaza from the goalkeeper's left. 58 goals as a freshman a couple of years ago. Don't forget that.
Ooh.
Prolific.
That's a stat.
Positively prolific. And now making a triumphant return. Tell you more about the yellow card in a moment. We got something big here first. Kaza was made to wait quite a while. And a cut. Now it's save up high. Now rebound.
Woo. I think it took a deflection on the bar and went in.
Yeah, we got to see this again. Is it Hind who cleaned it up? Oh boy, we're gonna need to check all of this again.
Oh, this is when I go instant replay. Instant
yes.
replay.
Yes, if you can pull it up for me, Maya, I tip my cap to you. It's another one. Rizzo definitely gets a piece up high. We know it's going to be 7-4 Kalamazoo.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not take that away. Yeah, they're crediting Hind right now. It will still be the assist for Kaza. Again, if you've got a great look at it, if you feel strongly one way or the other in the scoring decisions, you let me know.
Oh, I will.
I'm nothing if not flexible.
I'm telling you, if I had the ability, instant replay, instant replay.
Yep. Talk to the guys in the truck, see what they can do about it. So it will be a woman up score also, any way you cut it. And Kalamazoo also has another indirect free position coming up here. This is Tessa Fuller. Now Fuller this time has Kaza posted up furthest to her right. She's going to give it off for Hartle, and now they'll have to slow it down without a shot. That's what you get with the indirects sometimes. There's never a guarantee that anybody's going to slip through one of those cracks. So still, we're going Kennedy Hines. Woman up.
Yeah, and if you're the Hornets right now, you're really loving that last goal, right? Feeling it now. You got able to pick up your lead, but you really want to extend that further, right?
You do, but Chang is still menacing right now. 7-4 Kalamazoo lead with about 4:35 to play until the half. They trailed only once in this game. That was when it was 1-0. First score from Morgan Bethard is, kind of want to say, long forgotten. Oh! And a whacking. Plus, I think the player down there, Natalie Scott, was the one who was whistled.
Yeah, but it was clean. That was just a good play there, you know? Just like
That's the injury and the insult, right? You feel bad, but she hops back up. Clear is good, too, from Hind.
Yeah, and I'll go back to what you were saying, Tanner, right? They started off trailing the Hornets, right? 1-0.
Yeah, you remember that? Because I don't.
I don't either, but I'll tell you what, when I seen that, you know, shame on me, but when I seen that goal, I was like, maybe they're just not feeling the best today, right? And then completely turned it around, and now we're looking at a way different scoreline here. It's 7-4.
Or maybe, oh, is this going to be just kind of flat throughout? No matter what the outcome was going to be or the score was going to be.
Exactly.
But, no, flat, you couldn't be further from flat.
Oh, yeah. This one, this game is just a good one to be watching, so you tuned into a good one.
Kaza got way too much room and a great stick check. A CT
Ooh.
that is training film.
Perfectly
Teach tape.
timed. Perfectly timed.
Oh, it was a good carry all the way up to from Enigenberg, and then the pass just mishandled a little bit. Now they get to keep it, and you're still in that range with 3 minutes where you have multiple possessions left in this half.
Exactly. And, you know, I want to mention that I really, really do enjoy when Calvin can take that transition play and opts not to slow it down. Now, right there, it didn't work out the best for them, right? Had kind of a missed-timed pass. But overall, I think those transition plays are really where they have it. They're just so quick to get to the net, and that's kind of what I wish the Hornets would do when they choose to slow it down.
I hear you. A lot of that has been started with Chang so far, and Megan Chang, well, you had to expect that coming in with her and Boer again and J.C. Smith. That's just a fantastic attacking trio. Yeah, you're going to need more transition opportunities probably to truly win this one because Kalamazoo in the half field, they're just going to get what they want a lot of times. They have too many good scorers, that is, not to do it. Ground ball win for Hartle. She lost it right back, and Chang again picked it up. Oh, that's too much room.
Oh.
Plunked. Again, too much room. But the Hornets survived this one. Another shot, Johnson. Now, is she going to get free position before that one even came up? I think that's what it is. And this will be much more straight on.
Yeah, but I will say for those last two shots, you got to give credit to Flink there, just able to get her stick on it. And, I mean, that was just perfect goaltending by Flink. Oh, look at there again.
And save plus the ground ball all to the keeper. Great sequence. Now, Vasquez is going to need help. Where? Oh, boy. Live ball turnovers, not your friend. Ooh, but who is whistled? I think. Was it?
There was a lot going on there.
Yeah, 18, I think Molly Williams is headed to the. No, who we got at the free position? I wish I could see. If I could ask Natalie, hey, just take a couple steps back. Believe it was 18. She went indirect anyway, so no shot coming up. 7-4, still the Kalamazoo lead, just high. That's J.C. Smith. Calvin keeps it. Still a minute on the shot clock. Ansley Ware, the on-ball defender. Where a bulldog, she comes to cut off Chang. Ball's on the deck, Hind. And a good chance for a clear two. Now see if she can hit ahead, she will. For Miroslavic. Miroslavic got lots of room, now she'll slow it. And maybe a hold for the last shot type of situation with under 40 seconds.
Yeah, it could be here, and I mean, that's not a bad decision to make. I think that's probably one of the better ones.
Choose to have this be the last possession of the half, that is?
Exactly.
Oh, well, not with that much room.
Oh,
Rizzo!
sneak in?
Oh, you better believe it. That ball got in on a wing and a prayer. That's Hartle.
I mean, is that one of those goals where you think the wind of today? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Rizzo's got these lined up, and the anointed trajectory, it's just got to go in because of the enormity of this moment and the day and the cause. It's just fair.
Exactly.
It's cosmic.
It really is. And Rizzo, as you mentioned, she's always able to get a touch on it, but just can't completely keep it out. And you can kind of sense the frustration just seeping off her right now, as she kind of stomped a little on the ground after the shot went in. And I mean, you got to feel for it, right? I myself didn't expect that one to go in. I thought immediately it was a save, and then it just snuck right in, right?
Yeah, it did, with 23 seconds and change. And Spooner with one more draw control. There's 15 seconds here.
Oh.
Oh, and a mugging. Ouch. Chang, I think, knocked that loose. Well, you don't want to relax on the other side, but about 5 seconds. Can Chang put this up herself from a double? Chang, late pass. Shot scored! Did they beat the buzzer? With Boer.
Calvin goal number 2, Audrey Boer.
Our jaws are on the floor.
Oh my God, we need an in-booth camera to see the reaction that me and Tanner just had to that last second shot. Just barely getting it in before the buzzer.
I am stunned. Officially with zeros on the clock. With triple zeros, that thing scores. It's Boer from Megan Chang. That is absurdity.
And yeah, put your hands together for Megan Chan. I mean, come on now.
Chang is quite literally everywhere, always right now. Yeah. That is Boer's 30th score on the year, too. That's a big milestone. There's so much to unpack with this. I don't even, where do we start?
That's a good question. And I just, like, if we start on let's start on the Hornets end, right, of things.
Sure.
And I think again, you started off with that just not the strongest of starts, right? 1-0, you weren't feeling the best, and then boom, complete turnaround, and now you're 8-5. Now you're up by 3. However, you can't sleep, you can't rest. You can't rest when the Calvin Knights are just lurking around like that, right? And able to sneak one in the final second there. I mean, I feel like that one almost takes the cake. You had an amazing turn, I think by, was it Johnson or some, right, from Calvin that was able to turn around.
It was Delaney Johnson, yes.
And I mean, I just think moments like this, you kind of feel like the Knights are not completely down yet, and they're really still in it to win it. It's going to be a good next 2 quarters, isn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. That buzzer beater makes it dramatically more interesting. Oh boy, 8-5. You got hat tricks from Tessa Fuller and Delaney Johnson. Sophie Hartle, Ella Spooner with 2 apiece for Kalamazoo. We'll come back out of the half and bring you more numbers to it, but just know we're in for absurdities. That's just what happens on the MAC, Maya. You figured that out yet?
Oh, yeah. I've connected the dots.
Yep. But like I say, we'll step out for half, take a few minutes. You don't go anywhere. You watch the other games. Again, the men's lax over in Albion, baseball over at Davenport.
Oh, yeah.
All of that.
You got many to choose from.
You do. So we'll just take a brief break and be back with you in a moment for the start of the second half between the Calvin Knights and your Kalamazoo Hornets. And we are back out of the half. Tanner White and Maya Pasillas here for Kalamazoo Women's Lax. What a day you have picked to join us.
Yeah.
The Hornets lead 8-5 at the half. It wasn't always smooth sailing. There was a lot of good, maybe some bad. There was the buzzer beater that they allowed at the very end that they're going to be thinking about. Listen, this is one of the busiest, one of the most, where do we even start days in recent athletics history. You've got baseball, and they're playing Calvin. That game is being held at Davenport. Zach Metz is over there with you. It's a 3-1 lead, top of the fourth, 3 runs on 3 hits for Kalamazoo. You got this game, 8-5. We're just about to have the opening draw out of the half. Plus, you have, remind me again.
Oh, yeah, and you got men's lacrosse going on at Albion, right? Right now, the score after the second period, 13-5, Albion up. So not the brightest of days over at men's lacrosse, but still something to watch.
Yeah, that Albion team's been doing numbers for a long time. The opening draw here for the second half collected by Lillian Maury, and we're off and running. Nets 8, Calvin 5. The purple power game, the purple unis. Again, if you're just joining us here for this second half, as a huge cause turnover, Kennedy Hind. Oh, excuse me. As you're just joining us, it's the purple power game. The women's lax teams compete for a cause game for this spring. They get to take these jerseys home. They've got names on the back of family members, loved ones who they're playing for, and a fantastic cause partnered with the Van Andel Institute.
Yeah, just a nice game, right? Beautiful cause, as you mentioned, and just a beautiful game to spectate right now, right? I mean, even if you're a fan in the stands, fan watching online, I mean, this is a fun one to tune into.
Yeah, I don't know where to start still. It's difficult to unpack everything
It really
that
is.
happened just in 30 minutes of play. It doesn't sound like much. You got a hat trick from Tessa Fuller, plus an assist. You got a couple of scores each for Hartle and Spooner. Rounding out the net scores was Kennedy Hind. They gave up a hat trick with Delaney Johnson. They got a stuff this time. And we had seen the backup keeper warming up.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that at half, but you're going to have to make a stick change and whatnot. It was going to be, coming from cold, literally outside a little bit, right? And they were warming up their reserve keeper, Margie Bolema, who was also on the field as a deep hole. That could have complicated things further. They do now elect to stick with Hannah Rizzo, and she made that first save here of the second half.
Yeah, that was a good save by Rizzo, and I think, right, we've had a good amount of conversation circled around Rizzo, and it's just because she's getting the net on it, and she gets these deflections, and it's just not the luckiest of deflections, right? I mean, I think I can count at least 3 shots where they just trickled in, and you just didn't expect it because she had such a good read on it, Rizzo, and then had such a good deflection, but it just got in every time.
Yeah, Chang has saved 2 of 10 shots on goal right now. Excuse me, Rizzo has saved 2 of 10. I keep saying Megan Chang. She's going to continue to leap off the film at us. Oh.
No, I don't blame you for making that little switch up right there. I mean,
flag is out. I thought it was before the shot attempt.
I think you're right.
Free position with Kennedy Hind is my thought.
Yeah, I think we're on the same page here. How to hold my breath, how to pause my thought. I thought we were going to have another one in the back of the net.
Hind from just left of goal. Yellow card, check to the head on Ellie Dendalk. Hind squared up. Hind, one step, bang.
Bang.
That easy.
Yeah. Is there any other word to sum up that shot other than bang?
We're onomatopoeic around here. We use certain literary devices, and you're just going to have to deal with it. Hind also now a perfect 2 of 2 from the free position on the year. Remember, she was also the one who had the eventual goal off the assist from Kaza on the indirect free position. Yeah, it's been an eventful one. You've got the draw controls that are going to continue to rack up for her. Boy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
It's just we're going to keep saying it, but it's just so much to cover. And I'm promise you at the end, it's going to be probably one of our longer recaps.
Yeah. We might want to save some breath now for all of that. That is Kennedy Hind, woman up, free position, and goal number 2 on the day. This is one, again, by Maury. She nearly put it on the deck as she got it off to Enigenberg, but here come the Knights. They already find themselves in a position where, because of the fantastic nature of that last one, okay, now they need to get one right back. 9-5, Kalamazoo lead. Clock under 12 minutes here, third quarter. Chang, blow by on the right, close. Possession continues. And the one they've done a fantastic job on for Kalamazoo is Boer.
Oh, definitely.
I've hardly noticed Boer really on that stat sheet. It's surprised me.
That's so true.
Chang steps through 3,
Oh.
shoots, scores.
Wow. I mean, I feel like Chang's going to need her own, like, section on this game. I mean, I've seen her running through the midfield, creating opportunities, and then making shots like that. Wild.
Where was the crease? Where was the wrinkle? She just created it from nothing. That's a goal and 3 assists already. It's 4 ground balls. It's 2 caused turnovers. It's the draw controls, everything. And the work that she did, again, on that final buzzer beater to dump it off late.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
That one's, again, replay. I
Yep.
would replay that one.
Yes. 9-6 in a very big time to have it. I think you had early movement from Vasquez that time. Violation on her. But the good news is we still don't do boring around here.
Oh, no. Oh, we're going to continue pressing forward.
11 minutes, 10 seconds, third quarter. Megan Chang had the last goal. Again, it was her first goal, but already credited with 3 assists. And a little bit of everything else. Delaney Johnson, remember, she had a first half hat trick. Johnson going to draw a double. Shot. Close.
Ooh,
I thought that thing was going to sit on the goal line a while.
Yeah, that one was well blocked by Link there, and it's just, wow. Whoa. That was just a nice save.
As you're able to exhale, Barber had to clear for Kalamazoo. Now Kaza. And eventually picked up the ground ball. Kaza right along that end line. She's going to keep it down there. Kaza, Spooner, Mackey. Got a bunch of nets all around the ball here. Barber somehow is going to get it back.
Oh, now a big mix-up.
Yeah, Newhall, Mackey still. Chang. Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
have Chang come out of there.
Who else is going to pick it up?
Sure. Julia Ellsworth. Oh, what an interception. Now can Fuller take it back to the house for 6? No, she's going to slow it down.
And that's kind of what I'm talking about right there. I kind of wish, selfishly, I wish that the Nets would just take that, right, and just continue to move at a quick pace rather than slow it down. But I can see why it works so well.
Hartle's able to camp out, and Vasquez, good feed.
Wow. I mean, sometimes you just run out of adjectives, and I feel like for the rest of the stream, you're going to hear me with all the sound effects. Ooh, wow, oh. I mean, it's just all around right now.
Yeah, if it's not broke, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, I feel like they heard me kind of being like, oh, she wants us to go fast. Well, actually, we got this working out for us, and it really had. Right, I mean, almost made me a little quiet there. I mean, I take back my words. If you really want to continue to play the short game, I'm all for it if it works this well.
Hartle, Fuller, both hat tricks. First assist here for Morgan Vasquez. A 10 spot. Again, they had averaged 10.3 goals a game coming in. And you've got, well, almost 25 minutes to play.
Ooh,
Spooner, draw control. It's going to start getting cartoonish, I warn you.
It hasn't already?
Yeah. The final numbers, you know, I hate to get ahead of myself, but one of those days could be historic. Fuller to Kaza. Kaza, tons of experience operating from that X spot. Knows how to get to her spot, knows how to create. I half expected her to pull up from that distance.
I thought she was eyeing out the goal there. Opted to just shuffle it off to the side.
Fuller left wing, great deke. And, well, everybody collapsed. Oh, she's mugged. Oh, assault with intent.
Yeah, mugged is one way to put it.
Kaza with the clock running down. Shoots! You knock it off right now!
You're lying. You're joking.
I don't get it.
It feels like they're denying whatever you say. It just feels like physics isn't real right now.
Knock it right off. Kaza, okay, she's earned it. She deserved to get on the score sheet for this one. Come on. Abby Kaza, goal number 12 on the year. And goal 11 on the day. Again, with a lot of time to play.
So smooth right there. And it just, again, though, I have to bring it up. Rizzo was on it.
Yes.
Rizzo was on it, and it just didn't take the friendliest of deflections.
The numbers show saving 2 of 13. It is surprising to say the least. And we haven't even gotten enough chance to talk about Jordan Flink.
Oh, man.
She's quietly saved 8 of 14,
yeah,
57%.
No. Exactly, and that's actually something I keep wanting to touch on. It's just Flink, as long as she's able to continue to do her job and just a good check there.
Oh, boy. Chang, I think, was caught with a hold, but she nearly just ripped that thing away with the caused turnover herself. Nets do have a good plan on the clear here. They hit it to Kozel, and they are clear.
Yeah, some good transitioning passes there. But as I was saying, Flink, again, if she's continuing to do her job so that the rest can do theirs, right? And that's part of the reason why the score is what it is. It's that Flink has been able to come up during bigger moments and make those saves, and that's kind of the difference here.
Jordan Flink out of Jordan, Minnesota, has been really at home here for, essentially 4 years as mostly a starter. Then you had started to see her in a timeshare a little bit towards the early part of this season with Caitlin Grice. Grice had started 4 matches as well, and the numbers were very similar on both sides with the save percentage and the record and all those kinds of things, the goals against average. Now you get to conference season, you say, okay, we got to bolt down, have our absolute best players out there, and look at what Flink's done today.
Exactly. I almost don't want to speak because I just feel like
something's going to happen, right?
Something's going to cook up, and I always want to finish a thought, and then something major happens.
You're so right. This is shot a little bit wide from Plum. And save.
That's the type of saves that I'm talking about. Flink just able to come out when you need her the most. And you mentioned that timeshare right in the beginning of the season, and I think it comes with the fact that Flink is a senior, right? And I think you want to have those minutes for the younger goalkeeper, correct? So I think now that they've kind of had that timeshare, now that the minutes were kind of shared in that way, Flink is able to come in and really settle down during the MIAA playing time.
And it doesn't take away from what Caitlin Grice did. Again,
exactly.
Her numbers were very similar to Flink's, and other things were just not where they wanted. This whole Kalamazoo squad was just not clicking yet. Forget all of that now. It is quite literally forgotten about.
Exactly.
Poof, and it's gone.
Exactly.
You needed these kinds of matches. A couple in a row of them, probably. Now you got it.
Yeah, and I mean, if you ever want to try to challenge that it's not gone, I mean, you got to look at the double hat trick that's going on right now.
Yeah, that is huge as well. 5:40, third quarter. Chang, blow by. Almost got through everybody. Ware poked it loose. Now ground ball to the keeper. And timeout.
Okay.
At 5:31 of the quarter. All right. Well, the good news is we'll get another chance to glance at our stats and sort everything out. 5 assists on the 11 Kalamazoo goals. You still have Chang with all 3 of the assists for Calvin and scoring one herself. Why not? Ground balls, 14-13 in favor of Kalamazoo. The saves, well, that will tell you what you need to know. Again, Jordan Flink, the numbers are really now going to pop out at you a little bit. You're talking saving 9 out of 15.
Yeah, those are just great numbers to have as a goalie, right? And, you know, we just keep mentioning how this is just a new team during MIAA play, and it's really showing here today. I mean, I want to say that this type of score, the double hat trick, that type of scoring doesn't happen unless everyone is clicking, right? We mentioned about everyone being in sync, having good chemistry amongst the players, and that kind of, it's what it feels like is happening so far, and it's good that it's happening now, right? You always try to time out the peak of a team perfectly during playoff seasons and different things like that, and I'm almost happy to see that they have grown so much from that beginning of the season. So now it kind of looks like they're on that arch, they're on that way up, and I'm happy to see them. We got a lot of time left to play, and I mean, it's just gonna start getting crazier and crazier.
I think that likely. Calvin had come in scoring 13.3 goals a game. Very solid offensive number, and had only allowed 9.3. That is presumably going to be completely flipped, turned upside down. And, well, it's a 5-goal lead right now. They'd have to flip this really quickly.
Yeah, and I think that's what Calvin's thinking, just already setting up on the field. And I think they're not out of the count, right? I mean, their players are in full strength right now. And I really think the only thing that's kind of messing with their flow right now, and it really sucks, and I keep bringing it up because it's just something that's so interesting, is just Rizzo. Just those deflections that just continue to go into the goal. I don't know if it's the pace on Kalamazoo's shots. I don't know if it's the spin. I don't know what it is, but not getting the friendliest of deflections there and ending up as goals for the Hornets.
Entering play, to your point, Rizzo had saved about 44% on the year, a percentage you can live with. She'd only given up 9.3 goals a game. And now, you know, the question marks are going to remain for a while. Unless, again, you kind of eliminate this whole lead in, well, short order, and then everything could be forgiven again.
Exactly. Or unless Megan Chang just decides to
get on the takeover.
Go on a torment here.
Yeah, I think you had Kaza whistled behind goal there, and this may have to go all the way back to the keeper. Ooh, Spooner looks like... No, actually, who else is getting sent off? Is that Miroslavic?
Looks like it.
Yeah, that's what you got. You got the card out, so Spooner and Miroslavic one apiece.
Taking a seat.
Yes. Whether I like it or not. And a quick stoppage for a shoe tie. Waiting on the ready for play. 4:44 to play here in the third quarter. 11-6 Kalamazoo. What did I say about the records and the numbers and all that? My literally does not matter at all. I said just toss them out, and here's your case in point. Chang on Hind gives it off for Boer. Boer, little wide. Looks like it's going to stay with Calvin. Bethard, who scored the very first goal and then hasn't been heard a whole lot from. She was the one that kept them with possession. Delaney Johnson, by the way, 10 shots, 6 on goal. Now, I think this will be the very first free position for Calvin. That helps.
Oh, definitely.
Goalkeeper's left. Here's Morgan Bethard. One step, shot, saved.
Oh, wow. I have no words anymore.
That mattered a lot. Do you know what I mean?
And it was taken so quickly, I almost didn't have a chance to feel the weight behind that shot. But after the save, it's almost like a little bit of weight lifted off your shoulders.
Yeah, that mattered a lot. And now the Nets right back down there, a chance to double them up. It's going to be Fuller first. Now with help, she's got Mackey out for Hartle. behind, drawing some help. The next cut is Fuller. You have Kaza lurking as well on the right wing. 40 seconds on the shot clock. 5-goal lead. Spooner bluffs a cut. And finally, the possession will end. It's a good cause turnover for Natalie Scott. Looks like Scott will be able to take it all herself.
Yeah, definitely. And then on that last possession here by the Hornets, you can see how they're setting up. You're really seeing how the practice plays that they probably, you know, are endlessly practicing during their time together, right? You've seen it right there. They sit up in that line, and they come in, and again, it's like that service across the field.
Boer, for the very first time, gets off a clean look and scores.
You see, you can't have a thought, can you?
You can't, no. But for the one and only time Boer gets loose, nets one at the 2:39 mark of the third quarter. We step out, we zoom out and get a little bit more of the context. Boer had 42 points in 9 matches coming in. And now, as she scores one here, this helps. It's her second for the day. And you've got an official also getting a moment to tie their shoe. So a couple extra seconds till ready for play.
You know, right now, I want Spooner to get the ball one more time. Let's make this a triple hat trick.
You think so?
I think it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm really surprised at is that Megan Chang she only has 1 goal so far. But with all the opportunities that she's created, it feels like she's almost had half the scores on that scoreboard over there.
I tell you a number that surprises me a little bit. You got 18 and 20 turnovers, right? But Calvin has caused 10 of them. That is a massive, and now they've got a huge space.
Ooh.
Boer with 9 seconds later. Oh, 9 seconds.
That's that transition play that I keep talking about that Calvin is just so good at. When they just press the gas all the way to the net, it happens for them. And I think maybe they're figuring that out. And that's going to be a well-timed timeout.
Yeah, entirely necessary timeout. So Audrey Boer, again, I had to say something. 2:39 and then 2:30. The first assist, Corinne Plum. The second one, you'll never guess this, Megan Chang. Chang with 4 assists on the day. And now, only a 3-goal game.
Yeah, and I think that was just a well-timed timeout, right? I talk about how if Calvin kind of picks up that momentum, you want to break that. And I kind of think that's what this timeout is being used for.
Yeah, seems likely. There's 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this quarter. And a whole nother 15 minutes of, if you said you knew what, I don't know that I would believe you.
I honestly, yeah, I mean, I can give you what I think might go on for the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and I think that it's going to be a lot of back and forth, right? I think Hornets are really going to try to push and should strive for at least getting 2 more on the board. I think they need to widen that gap again. And again, I think this was used to break that momentum. I really hope coming out of this break that the Hornets can gain possession. But just to touch on a little bit more, I did mention that men's lacrosse is going on. The score's still looking a little bleak, 7-16 now in the third quarter. So if you want to go take a look at that, you can.
Well, there will be some good news here for the general athletic space. And I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves because of what we've seen in this match. However, baseball, they lead 3-1 still. That lead has hung around for a while here, and that's bottom 5, 2 outs. And the line score over there goes Kalamazoo, 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. Calvin, just 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 error.
Yeah, you know, I love all the sports that's going on right now. I did softball for the first time recently.
Yeah, tell me about softball.
Doubleheader, great. I mean, unfortunately, Hornets dropped the first one, but the second game around, just beautiful play all around. I mean, I gotta love me some softball, guys. Come on, if you know me, I've played it all my life, and we'll continue to broadcast that and spread as much as I can.
Well, we got a draw now. You just had Audrey Boer with the back-to-back goals in 9 seconds. Now you've got, Spooner had the first chance at it. Hines going to wind up with the draw control. And as the ball goes over to the nets, their lead is down to 3 goals. But remember, they trailed at one point as Hines somehow gets this back.
Yeah, Hines dropped it like twice there, and it's still able to recover.
Vasquez got poked a little bit. On-ball defender there, Natalie Scott. Out for Hind.
There you go. Look at them set up that play again. The Hornets do so well.
You got room and a save at a crucial spot for Rizzo. A minute 40, third quarter.
And again, the Calvin Knights, look at that transitioning pace.
There's a slick one-handed pickup as well, by the way, from Plum. This shot clock, if it is not reset, will run out before the game clock for the quarter. Something like a 17-second difference. That would be roughly what's left. J.C. Smith forced to give it off. And now behind goal. It's Johnson. Dangerous turn, little wide.
Yeah, and I've seen that type of shot multiple times today, right? Where you kind of use Barber as maybe a shield so that Flink doesn't really know where you're coming from.
30 seconds on the clock. It's 11 shots up for Johnson with 6 of them on goal. Gonna get another try, high. Might have gotten her stick poked as she went to let it go. Now 15 seconds, they gotta hurry. They're gonna get another try, same spot, wide.
And again, using that method of trying to use Hartle's body just to block out the line of sight.
And the violation, shot clock runs out. Now, how quickly could you hit this all the way down? I think Doyle has seen enough. Oh, the poke away from Chang with a few seconds. Save.
Oh, that would have been storybook-like.
I don't know how we could have reacted to that. That would have thrown me for a loop.
Oh, no, that would have sat me down right now.
Yeah.
Left me as a spectator. You would have had to complete the rest of the game on your own.
Yes. So, a survival here through the third. Interestingly enough, you have 2 back-to-back quarters with even scoring. So, 2-2 scoring from the second quarter, 3-3 scoring in this quarter. So, technically, the lead that Kalamazoo has held up from the first. That was 6-3, a really good quarter in so many ways. Everything from then on, well, really everything from opening whistle on, chaos?
Exactly. I wouldn't put it any other way. And I think this fourth quarter, right, this final quarter is really going to be, it's going to be a deciding factor, right? At this point now you really have tired legs, right? It's going to come down to the work off season, right? The work outside of practice, the weights, the everything that you can think of. It's going to come down to it because at this point it's stamina and keeping on a calm hat, right? It's the fourth quarter. This is kind of where you start to get a little bit anxious if you're Calvin trying to get those 3 in. So definitely something to pay attention to in this fourth quarter.
That final turnover that Chang forced there off of Doyle, for good measure, that was her third cause turnover. You also have 3 for Molly Williams and 11 turnovers forced overall for Calvin. Solid number there, of course. Chang with assists on 4 of the 8. She scored one of the goals herself. Now you have Boer with a hat trick. You have Delaney Johnson with a hat trick on, I shortchanged her, a dozen shots with 6 on goal. Chang's got the 6 ground balls. 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, and so on.
Yeah, sure. And I'm really hoping on it. I'm banking on it. I really want Spooner to get another opportunity here. I say give it to her. I think right now in these 15 minutes, you got to play hard, right? And I think they're going to continue to push to widen that gap. I think the lead needs to be a little bit larger. They need to not be on that back foot. I want the Hornets to be a little bit more aggressive with their play style, especially in this last quarter.
And I didn't even really get to mention the change with what we see on the Hornet logo right now, with Spooner stepping in there for Vasquez. That's been, I believe, the entire second half here, and that's exactly what you got again, is Spooner and Lillian Morey. Morey's taken every draw so far. Spooner and Lillian Morey for the opening draw of the fourth quarter. And it's collected by Jessica Einigenberg.
And just look at the speed up field.
Oh, it's a good poke, too, from Mackey, but she's whistled. 11-8. How we've gotten there, you wouldn't believe it had you not watched it all the way through.
Oh, yeah.
Megan Chang with plenty of patience right now. Of course, Calvin all the time in the world until you don't. 30 seconds through the clock. Johnson's leaning in. Shot stuffed. And no rebound as Hartle picks it up. Great pass to clear two, up to Hind.
Oh, yeah, Hind on their front foot.
Hind now up for Doyle. Doyle had Vasquez flashing if she wanted it. (13:45), fourth quarter. A 2-8 team coming in. I'm serious. That was Kalamazoo's record to date.
It's crazy. You can't even, like, I feel like because of this game, I can't even remember the beginning of it, right? You forget that they were trailing.
Yeah, remember way back when. Morgan Vasquez, some good handles. She ducks through. Tried to flip up a shot. That should be a dozenth caused turnover for Calvin. Their clear attempt is good. They have had a plan on just about every clear so far, and when we take a look at their clear numbers, it shows 12 of 15, now 13 out of 16.
Oh.
And buried.
Yeah. Buried is one way to put it. A lot of pace, low on the ground and in.
Ball number 2, Audrey Boer.
Down low, right, Boer, her fourth.
Yeah, Boer is on top of it tonight, right?
She's going to cut it to 2. And we knew that we were in for this, in all seriousness. Boer at the 12:53 mark here of the fourth quarter. Again, her fourth for the day, and on the season, that is 33 goals in 10 matches. Big number.
Yeah, and it becomes ever more crucial right now for the Hornets to respond. Still got 12 minutes and 53 seconds. And another shoot time break.
Oh, yeah, also from an official. You know, you start hearing the Jeopardy theme playing. And those 33 goals now from Boer, that does lead the MIAA, should be noted.
Ooh, yeah, duly noted.
You also find Spooner in the top 10, however, on that list, and she's added to her total with a couple more as well. Hind had a couple of chances and whistled on Morey, I think, the violation. Ball over to the Nets, but their lead is just 2. It's 11-9.
Oh, nice. Nice pass there.
Hind got a wrinkle. On time, Miroslavich poked loose and to the keeper.
Yeah, I seen the idea there, and as you said, just poked loose. Would have been a beautiful shot on if it just had a little bit more of a handle on it.
And it's funny that almost all the best attacking possessions are not in transition still. It's almost weird.
Oh, yeah. And just look at the speed of Hartle there, right? You seen how she almost beat out the closer defender? Or, excuse me, the closer forward there for the Calvin Knights?
Oh, yeah.
almost doesn't feel like she has tired legs.
Ansley Ware, she'll clear. Hits to Hind. Now Fuller, again, had the first half hat trick. Hasn't been heard as much here in the second. Mackey out wide right to Doyle. Doyle defended by Molly Williams. Williams quietly with 3 caused turnovers of her own.
Yeah, the net's still trying to create some space here. Got pushed out to the outskirts a little bit, which is just good defending. As I spoke it.
Yeah, it was kind of a lackadaisical pass underhand. Hind able to get it back. She wanted to just flip it, just as we saw there, to Doyle. Here it's Spooner being positively pestered. And now, quietly, under 20 seconds in the clock, came loose near the goal mouth, and they're out of there with it. That's Williams again.
That one was a battle.
Excuse me, that was actually 12, Alex Petrucia, the sophomore D-pole.
Here we go. This is that transition.
Plenty of time to set up. They score! It's a 5-piece for Boer.
And I'm telling you, it's that quick transition play that's been working out so well for the Knights. And now they were creeping. Now they're knocking at the door.
Yeah, that is eerie. Boer with 5. You got an assist for J.C. Smith. You got a 1-goal game for the first time in a long time since 2-1 Kalamazoo.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we are in for a good one, Tanner.
Oh, yeah.
I knew it since probably the first minute of this match.
Yeah, immediately when Bethard scored the first one, you thought, well, okay, again, did you come out a little bit flat? And then everything since, I mean, everything. It's turned around for the better. And the draw control right away. They got to be thinking tie game on this possession. Absurdity.
Yeah, right now the question for Calvin is can they continue to move forward? Can they make this even?
Starts on this possession. Corinne Plum, she's got airspace. That was tipped. Bethard will be the one to bring it back in. It's been mostly about the takeover from Boer in the second half. Go back to Chang. She scored!
And it needed to happen. It needed to happen. Chang doing so much for the Calvin Knights and just evened it out now. It's almost like a 0-0 game.
Me, oh my. Chang, 2 goals, 4 assists, 3 caused turnovers. Again, the partridge, the pear tree, what do you want?
I mean, if you're the Hornets right now, I said it 2 goals ago, you needed to respond. Now more than ever, you need to break the tie.
And be the one to get the next goal,
yeah,
right?
you got more than 9 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Oh, an avalanche is coming down. This draw control is taken by Chang. You can't say you've dug a hole, but you made it a lot more difficult.
Yeah, you got to play really good defense right now.
The jump shot from the Black Lagoon.
That just won't cut it. The height, the speed, the lead.
I don't get it. You know, what do you say? That is now a 6-piece. Audrey Boer, half of the offensive output.
If I'm the Hornets right now, I play this one out and see if I can respond. If not, I take a timeout.
Yeah, by the time but one more goal or so goes on the board.
It's just a complete turnaround. Calvin trailing for a majority of the game despite despite everything right now, able to come up.
The good news is Sophie Hartle got the draw control for Kalamazoo. 9 minutes to play. 9 wonderfully chaotic, nonsensical minutes. Whimsical, you know, fantastical.
100%, and just able to stay calm.
Hind wants to back her way in on Chang.
Chang says no.
Yeah, not so much. Fuller had plenty of airspace in the first half, not so much in the second. Spooner, don't believe with a shot attempt here in the second. The patience, and just enough. Is that Hartle? Oh, you got Kozel.
Kozel. Yeah, you need everybody to jump in on this one. Able to even it out once again. The Hornets able to respond, and can they continue?
Julia Kozel equalizer. 8:25 of the quarter.
Yeah, Kozel just bringing the calm. Just look at the goal scoring song.
Just let it ride a moment, you know, crank the crowd mic for you. Yes, we're in it now, and there's nothing more you can do.
Yeah, at this point, you're locked in.
I still expect this is going to come down to Jordan Flink versus one of those top attackers as a draw control for Hind. One of those top attacking options, whether it be Megan Chang, whether it be, of course, Audrey Brewer, been absolutely lighting up the second half. One of them, maybe J.C. Smith, and Flink making an absolutely crucial save, whether that's with a tie score, whether that's with a 1-2 goal lead. I don't know. Something tells me. Jordan Flink, 469 saves for the career coming into today. Seconds in the program history. Something tells me.
To it. And it just goes to show how good of a game it is when it feels like I'm playing the game. I mean, I feel the pressure of it now. And with so much time left, anything can happen.
Spooner getting whacked, little wide of Rizzo. Fuller's going to keep it down there.
Yeah, Rizzo not taking any chances, even lifted up that leg there.
Under 30 seconds, shot clock. Fuller, a wide open Hartle. She is whacked too. Was it the keeper Rizzo who put that little check on?
I think it was.
At least she got a part of her.
Yeah, Rizzo not taking any chances, as I mentioned before.
And for a keeper who had, some unfortunate numbers for most of the day, to show that kind of confidence in a huge spot like that, that's impressive. A little wrinkle, plum open, scored from Chang.
Yeah, and it just goes to show the impact that Chang is having for this Calvin team, right? Coming up with these opportunities and setting everybody up. It's only helping, and again, the Hornets are trailing. And they just need to continue responding and continue moving forward. I mean, this is just a monstrous game here. A back and forth, and it almost feels like the Hornets need to take everything they've got here and put it on their front foot.
Gas tanks are about to be emptied. 13-12. Calvin, for the first time since 1-0, takes the lead. 6:49 to play. 5 assists, Megan Chang. Draw control 2 for Bethard. But clean takeaway.
Exactly what you need if you're the Hornets right now. You can't afford to make any sort of monstrous hiccups.
Few caused turnovers wouldn't hurt either. That pass is threaded beautifully. Here's Lily Grelak on attack. Grelak getting some work on this line in a really crucial spot.
And again, they choose to slow it down just a bit. Not a lot of bodies in the box during the time, so a good decision there.
Grelak, Spooner, Kaza. There's just so many goals and so many goal scorers out there for Kalamazoo. The career stats of these, you just have so many scorers. How do you not get one, maybe two more up in this amount of time?
Yeah, and just every break, every breath, so much weight to it right now.
20 seconds on the shot clock.
Working away, working around, trying to find an open line.
Might need a late cut. Might be Fuller from long range with 5 seconds. Fuller not going to get it up. Shot clock ran out.
And I kind of wish she would have took it from long range.
My one other thought. Kaza, tallest player you got out there. Especially if you want to go a top-down shot.
Definitely.
And have her really look at the ankles of Rizzo, where obviously there's been struggles today. It's a thought.
Yeah, you got to explore that, especially now, and I feel that was kind of like a lost opportunity there.
You still have a number of possessions. You don't have to worry at this point about, okay, are we going to get the ball back yet? The answer is yes on that. Big stuff, Flink.
Flink coming up when you need it the most.
From that tight corner, it's hit to Hind. The clear is good. Now, how quick do you want to push it? Typically, almost the entire day, the answer has been not quick.
Not quick, yeah.
But they have allowed the transition opportunities on the other side. They have not taken advantage of their own essentially at all. It's still a credit to you that you've been able to score a dozen goals doing this almost all in the half field. But they haven't made life easy on themselves, have they?
No, and I was going to say, yeah, it's that but. But what if they did take those transition opportunities?
Vasquez, blow by, boom!
Oh, and the throwdown of the stick. Felt like a bat flip.
It's not quite a walk-off, but it's just as satisfying.
Oh, yeah.
To tie it at 13.
Once again, tying it up.
Yes. A third tie. You're going to have another lead change coming. You've already had a couple of them. Why not?
Yeah, but so far, right, ever since they tied at 11-11, right, it kind of feels like, okay, you tie it up, Calvin scores. You tie it up again, Calvin scores. It's become a pattern here, and it's going to be the Hornets now. They need to break it. I think right now they need to respond. They need to be the one to break the tie so that they continue to move forward. Because I think right now the recipe that's kind of being spilled out right now, it's Calvin scores again, it's going to be tied again, and it's a back and forth.
Back to draw. Each one of these even holding some extra weight. And another violation, I think, on Maury.
Yeah, it's something, Calvin, you don't want to give up this late in the game.
It's such a tough spot for Maury as she's taking all of these draws.
True.
You've had the 26 goals scored. Ooh, and a big check, too, along the sideline, but I think you had seen. And I also think Mackey had stepped out probably on the sideline first. So Dendulk got a clean one.
God, look at the speed.
Yeah,
Just
Chang just carries it across, blowing by Grelak, Vasquez. They were trailing.
And now for a change, Calvin's just going to slow it down.
Under 3 minutes. You know something? Do you even think next goal wins? I was trying to say and was so interrupted. Chang hat trick is only right at this point.
It really is.
But do you even think next goal being that one wins this game?
I keep saying, and I mentioned it.
Timeout, of course.
Oh, yes, and I mentioned it earlier, right? I said that right now the pattern is tie it up, Calvin scores, tie it up again, Calvin scores. And I think what's going to happen is we're going to be able to tie it up again, but what needs to happen is Hornets score and break that chain that we kind of have going on now. I don't think this one is the end-all, be-all. I think actually we still have a lot of time. You still have 2 minutes, 48 seconds. You still have all your players. I mean, everyone needs to put in the work right now. You got tired legs that you need to push past. Definitely this timeout, hopefully you cook up something nice. On both sides, probably trying their best to cook up something that can break this kind of pattern, this back and forth that they got going on. But just, wow, Megan Chang really making a difference all today, and I feel like she's probably going to be one of the players I highlight the most for Calvin. Just that hat trick was needed for her, I think.
3 goals, 5 assists, 5 shots, 4 of them on goal, 6 ground balls, 3 caused turnovers. Whew. Take your breath. At the timeout here, you got 2 minutes and 48 seconds to play. I am still not convinced that any goal is the final goal until triple zeros. You've seen buzzer beaters of all kinds from everywhere all the time. You saw Chang nearly get one. Flink made a save at the very end of the 3rd quarter. Where do we start? The scores for Kalamazoo. This quarter, it's gotten away from them a little bit, right? It's a 6-2 scoring advantage for Calvin in this quarter.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it's flipped from the first quarter, right? Calvin had 3 and Kalamazoo with 6. So, again, it's a bit of a pattern here, and I think it kind of has to do with the tired legs. Maybe they were sitting a little bit and having the lead, and I think right now everybody has to wake up and realize there's still 2 minutes and 48 seconds left to win this game.
You got an all-important one to get first. And it starts on that Hornet logo. Long time to set up that draw. Very, very patient.
Very exact.
Yes, it was precise. It's still Maury and Spooner to draw. Couple shoves, now controlled by Sophie Hartle.
You got to push forward. A long pass from Hartle.
Hartle playing like a number of members of Kalamazoo for Grandma Sue. That's the name she's got on the back. Everybody playing for somebody and something so much bigger than themselves. Vasquez, left wing. Vasquez shoots and scores!
Vasquez
Equalizer!
Making it look easy, and it wasn't from close, so make sure to write that one down.
Vasquez also deserved another one, frankly, for all of her work. 14 apiece. I just said, Maya, that last goal from Chang, didn't think that was going to be the last one.
I did not either, and here we are, right? Continuing to play, a lot of time still left, and I'm going to repeat it. I'm just going to keep saying it until it happens. Hornets need to respond here. They need to take another one. They need to break this pattern that they have going on.
Morgan Vasquez with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left. Vasquez will be playing for Kathy, a devoted school teacher for 36 years, bringing laughter and warmth into every classroom she entered. Yeah, it means so much more. The draw control for Kennedy Hind. We may have said that before.
Yeah, and a lot of weight behind that one. Almost, and just a nice pass there.
Miroslavic, great clear. Hind with 1 minute and 48. And now Hartle in zero hurry.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit Kalamazoo's positioning was off there. Hartle had to give him some time to move up the pitch.
Now 90 seconds. Almost no way that this becomes the last possession, barring a reset of the shot clock too. Fuller, good feed, Spooner, save!
Oh, you wanted that shot in. I wanted that shot in.
Now that changes things dramatically.
Oh, yeah.
Rizzo, little bit of a lollipop. It's good enough to clear it.
They got to hold him off.
And they took a timeout. Calvin calls it at 1 minute and 1 second. Again, take your breath. Find it. Center Nirvana. And what else do you say, but just soak it in, let it breathe.
Exactly. I mean, just looking at the score, right? The pattern continues, right? I thought the Hornets were going to be able to break it there, and it looks like if they really hold on to it, the Knights are going to be able to have a final possession here. What a game.
You've said it. We will, again, zoom out for a moment. Remember our context here. Apologies for, well, being a little bit absorbed. The men's lax game over in Albion just about to run out. It's in a very similar spot to this one. However, Albion with the 18-11 lead over there. It appears as though Kalamazoo is going to fall to 6-3 overall on the men's lax side and 1-1 in conference play. Albion, so often a dominant program. They haven't been where they want to be this season yet, but they're, again, should be able to advance to 6-7 overall, 1-1 in the MIAA. And with baseball, Kalamazoo still holding the lead. You had Logan Lockhart start that one, went 6 fantastic innings, 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 hits, struck out 8. And a 3-2 lead over there for Kalamazoo. Top 7. Remember, those games are being played over at Davenport University. Zach Metz has you covered over there. So you're going to have to continue to tune in for, well, much of the rest of the day with that one because that's a doubleheader over there. So the second game will be coming up at roughly 4 p.m. or so. Only 2:54 here, so really through almost 7 innings. Not terrible pace in that game over in Davenport.
Yeah, we're just about ready now to resume play, and I mean, fair warning to everybody watching. We're about to get crazy up here in the booth, I feel. I can feel it now. The pressure rising. I mean, I can only imagine how the players are feeling, but again, that's just to be an athlete, right, is to have that ability to dial in, to use that nervousness, to use those tired legs to your advantage and see how much you can build up an attack right now.
They have 61 seconds. To do what with? That remains the question. If you go as quick as you can, you get a shot up, then Kalamazoo, assuming you're able to score, could get one more possession. If you hold it for pretty much the final shot, which some have elected to do before, as there is a whistle on Vasquez, and a woman up opportunity is going to be huge.
This is wild, and you can see that Calvin bench got electric when they got that call. And it just makes matters even crazier right now. You got 53 seconds left.
I tried to tell you it was going to come down to Jordan Flink versus one of these top attacking options. I still think that's the case. Tick, 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 tick. I think you hear it.
Yeah, I was just about to mention they're going to take it slow.
Zero hurry here. Now you almost should choose exclusively to hold for the final
30
shot.
30 seconds now.
Down to 25.
Running out now.
You got no backdoor cuts. It's a little stagnant considering the woman up. Oh, there was room to be had. Flink with the ground ball.
Gonna hold on to it. Try to send it upfield. You got 7 seconds on the clock.
Dangerous. Boer nearly stole it. And 60 minutes just isn't enough. Not nearly.
You knew it was going to be wild. And I just think Calvin slipped up. They had the final possession.
You had an open player.
Yeah.
Based up, right side of the goal, a couple yards away.
You had everything working to your advantage right now. And I know Calvin is going to kick themselves just a bit for that missed opportunity. I almost wish they would have took it quick because it seems like that's kind of what's been working for them all day. Decided to take it slow, and it just didn't pan out well.
You're exactly right. I want to step away and take the briefest of breaks for us to catch our breath, and we'll be back with you for the start of OT. 14 apiece, the Hornets and the Calvin Knights for the Purple Power game. Okay, Maya. Golden goal. 3 minutes on that clock for the OT. 14 apiece.
If anything ever mattered, it's now.
The Purple Power game playing for the Van Andel Institute.
So back and forth here.
You had some shoves on both sides. Who do you want to whistle, though? This, it could decide it. Ball goes over to Calvin.
Yeah, and just not the happiest of bench for Kalamazoo right now.
Gotta forgive, gotta forget, move on, and lock down one more time.
It's gotta be the defense now more than ever.
J.C. Smith to Delaney Johnson behind goal. Johnson, a hat trick of her own. Johnson out wide, back for Smith. Enigenberg.
Oh, missed.
Pass a little hot off of Boer, but they're able to get it back with Chang. Chang shoots, plunked!
Off the bar. Some battle going on.
And the most important team turnover in years here. Oh, they turn it back over in their own end. Boer saved! Save for the legacy.
Shuffling it forward, a battle again. Got to scramble. You got a minute and 30.
And now the ball to Spooner. Nets had the chance to win. They're going to call, oh, excuse me.
A timeout.
Yes, they did call it with a minute and 21. I figured, again, you can't take them home with you. 14 apiece, and they've got possession. After a doink, a rebound, it's Chang handle. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and it would have been crazy for Chang to get that one in. And the fact, it almost feels like the bar was in the way. I mean, really just incredibly lucky. But you said it, and it came down to it. It was a one-on-one with Flink, and Flink able to come up with it.
And Boer with the 6 goals already on the day.
I mean, wow. I held my breath. We both screamed for the save. I mean, at this point, everybody's locked in. The spectators, everyone, everything just feels so heavy. And I like that they took the time out because it seems like the Hornets have been playing so well with taking that time to really think about their next plan of action, right? Their next movement. How do they want to set up this shot? How do you feel, Tanner?
Oh, boy. Apprehensive. I wish I had a better word for you at this point. I am oh so rarely tongue-tied. That's not our job, Maya, but if I had all the words for it, I would give it to you. The Nets have a minute and 21 seconds. If you look at this shot clock, they could run out the entire thing. 81 seconds on the game clock, 82 on the shot clock. Hey, how you doing? And time in, the Nets with 75 now to win it.
Taking it slow, as they've done, scoping out the field, moving up slowly.
Handling from far out right now. Ooh, who last touched that? That was so clean.
That was so close. You have 54 seconds. And Calvin with the possession. Can they move it up quick enough?
Grace Barber had that turnover. It's just another great poke. I believe that's 14 caused turnovers on the Calvin side. Speaking of, Fuller. And she got the possession.
It's back with the Hornets. Can you believe it?
This could be Providence. Under 30 seconds.
They need to get the shot off.
Hartle. Out for Kozel. Down to 15. Here's Grelak. Time running short for the first. Time running short for the first overtime period. Under 10 seconds.
You got 8.
Vasquez backing in, and it's ripped away.
Oh, saved. And the crowd goes silent.
Oh.
Oh.
So you're telling me we got to do this again?
Take a breath.
There were so many golden goal opportunities in these first 3 minutes. It started with the doink from Megan Chang. Then a save on Boer with the 6 goals.
And then scrambles left and right, and just some hiccups with the passing for Calvin as well, right? I mean, this is crazy. You got another 3 minutes to make a change here. Hornets just got to dial in. Both goalies seem locked in, though.
And they've picked it up when it mattered most. Spooner and Lillian Maury back to draw. Comes off hot. Chang gonna have a first chance at it. And the draw control first goes to Calvin.
Again, Calvin choosing to take it a little bit slower now.
Golden goal, 1 to win it.
Scoping out the area.
There's some space, and it's a score. Good night, Kalamazoo. Morgan Bethard scores the first and the last.
Can you believe it? What an ending to a long game here. A storybook-like game. I mean, I'm at a loss of words.
In the end, it's just Bethard backing her way all the way in, bullying, and then getting the doorstep look.
Definitely, and again, they took a calmer approach here, especially at the start of the second overtime, right? You gotta feel, I mean, that first overtime was a lot of back and forth, a lot of chopping, right? But here we are, and the score is as it stands.
Bethard with the golden goal to put it to bed in double OT, 15-14. Scores just the first and the last goal. That is a storybook all of its own. But where do we start with this entire match? We should start with taking it back to what everyone was playing for today, right?
Yeah.
The Van Andel Institute, an unbelievable research center, and the proceeds from the entire fundraising effort from today going to fund cancer and neurodegenerative disease research. The purple uniforms, fantastic. The crowd on hand, unbelievable. You heard them all throughout the afternoon here. The energy, the atmosphere, all of that. It means more than the final score, but yes, Calvin is victorious today.
Yeah, and again, as you mentioned, right, so much on this game. You felt the weight as it continued, and it came out Calvin on top, but for the majority, it felt Hornets were going to take it, right? I mean, I felt like the Hornets had a good handle on it, and to no disadvantage here, right, I still think the Hornets had a very strong outing. I do think towards the fourth quarter, it kind of seems like it came out of their hand a little bit. They got tired legs. They kind of started to sit back more, and that's kind of where they lost the handle. I mean, overall, though, just super, super strong outing for both teams. Calvin just had it at the end. They took over that final possession. They watched, they scoped out the field, and now the score is what it is.
Yes, and the records are what they are. Kalamazoo still will be just 1-1 in MIAA play. That does not at all preclude any further shifts in the standings because fully new season. Calvin will improve to 2-0 on the MIAA season, 8-3 overall on the year. They, of course, can have much higher aspirations. Now everybody's going to be likely chasing the preseason poll favorite. That was Hope. Kalamazoo picked tied for third in that preseason poll with Trine. There's still many scenarios in which they end up in that range or better. And you've already seen them just last year host a tournament game. So much to like. So much to be thankful and to be grateful for, yes?
Yeah, so much to be grateful for. And just, I mean, again, I want to touch on how really it was just weighing on both sides, right? When it came down to assists overall, it was 7-5. Calvin with just 7 assists there. And then, again, Kalamazoo with 5. Again, like I was saying, Kalamazoo taking that longer approach, taking more time to get those shots off. And then that kind of shows. Calvin had 43 shots on, and Kalamazoo only had 24. So is that quality over quantity? I mean, I can't really say, because in the end, it looks like the Knights just had more opportunities and were able to score a bit more in that sense.
You got it exactly right. We'll run through the brief stat recap because we brought it to you so much throughout this match, as absurd as it was. We start with Calvin, the visitors. Audrey Boer, a 6-piece on 8 shots on goal, 11 shots total. She's going to be the leading scorer for the match. Plum with a goal and an assist. And then you had hat trick for Megan Chang as well as Delaney Johnson. The final score and the very first score, both for Morgan Bethard. The alpha, the omega, you could say whatever you want about it, but that was poetic. And Megan Chang, of course, with 5 assists as well. That's an 8-point game and 6 ground balls, 3 caused turnovers as well. On the Kalamazoo side, they get hat tricks from Sophie Hartle and Tessa Fuller. 2 apiece for Kennedy Hind, Morgan Vasquez, Ella Spooner. Spooner, Fuller, Doyle, Vasquez, as well as Abby Kaza, all chipping in an assist, and Kaza and Julia Kozo with the final scores for Kalamazoo. I think that's where we've got to wrap it for the day, Maya. We could go on for, well, quite literally, how much time do you have? However, Kalamazoo does fall, but the much, much larger takeaway is the Purple Power game and everything that it meant today.
100%.
Just 3 weeks from today, by the way, the first round of the tournament is coming up, and the MIAA Championship will be played on Friday, May 2nd. Keep tuning in with the baseball team. They've still got a lead over there in the top of the 8th. Then they'll have the second game of the doubleheader. It's the spring. It's, I know, your favorite time of the year, probably my favorite time of the year too, right?
A lot of things coming.
Yes, it is amazing. Always a pleasure to have you with us at the MAC, Mackenzie Field, and with Hornet Athletics in general. I'm Tanner White, alongside Maya Pasillas for Kalamazoo Women's Lacrosse, and thanks again for joining us.